All right, guys, welcome to this month's English class. I am excited because this is our first time having this class, and just to give some background for those that are watching the recording, the individuals you are going to see during this class are literally some of my most precious, I'll say friends as well. They are students in my academy, the Speak English with Tiffani Academy, specifically in the Daily English Lessons membership. But they're not just members, they are student leaders. Each of them is special and they really care about the other members of our family. So I'm going to start off the class very quickly by asking them to introduce themselves. So I am going to ask everyone to mute themselves for a moment. And then when I call your name, I'm going to ask you to unmute, and then we're going to jump right to you. So we're going to start with Paola. Paola, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, Paola, I would like you to please introduce yourself.
All right. So my name is Paola. I am from Mexico. I was born and raised here. I'm 30 years old, and I'm happy to be here.
I love it. And Paola, tell everyone, how long have you been, I guess, with me? How long have you been a member of the Speak English with Tiffani Academy?
I think 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Yes.
Great. Well, Paola, I'm so excited that you are here with us. Thank you so much, Paola.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Okay, now we're going to go to our next individual. I'm going to ask Expedito. Expedito, can you unmute yourself and please introduce yourself, Expedito?
Okay, Teacher Tiffani. Okay, my name is Expedito Lucas da Silva. I am 75 years old and I will turn 76 next October 10th. Okay.
Amazing.
I am a retired prosecutor. Now I am a lawyer with my children. And I am here in the Chief Academy since November the last year. Okay, then in November now, and I will complete 1 year. Okay, thank you.
Amazing. I love it, Expedito. I love that you are with us, and I always love your smile. And I know you're about to be 76, but you look like you're 65. I love it. I love it.
I have a daughter. Okay, she's it's younger than you.
Ah.
No, it's older than you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you look great, Expedito, and I'm always happy to see you.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we're going to have Yelisa. Yelisa, can you unmute yourself? Are you ready, hon?
Yes, I'm ready. Thank
Perfect.
you, Teacher Tiffani.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Yelisa. I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm married. I am passionate about English. I like it so much. And I'm 41 years old.
I love it.
I am a mother of two children.
I love it. And Yelisa, tell us, how long have you been a member of the Speak English with Tiffani Academy?
I've been here in the academy. It's almost 2 years.
Yes.
Since February 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here still with this beautiful family.
I love it. And Yelisa, I always love your smile as well. Thank you so much, Yelisa.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I love it. Next, we have Fred Silva. Fred, can you unmute yourself? Are you ready?
Hey, Tiff, how are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm doing really good, thank you. And by the way, I'm Fred from Brazil, and I'm an entrepreneur. And as Elisa said, I'm also passionate about English. English for me is one of the, it is one of my passions in life. So I love to helping people with English. I love to speak English every day. And I love my English teacher, Tiffani.
Oh, man, it froze, but it froze on the best picture.
I'm a new student here. I'm here just since 2000.
Oh, no.
2019.
It's freezing a little bit. Can you guys hear him?
No.
Oh, no, Fred, it's freezing.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Okay, Fred, can you come back again? Fred?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it
I'm
froze
back.
completely, but you were smiling. It was the best smile ever. But go ahead.
Good. So I was saying that I'm a new student here. I'm here just since 2019. And yeah, to be here is a pleasure for me. I'm here since the beginning, not from day one, but since the beginning. And yeah, it's an amazing journey. And I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for having me.
I love it. I love it. Yes, Fred is literally one of the individuals that came in the very beginning. So we've gotten very close. And thank you so much, Fred, for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, of course. And we have a surprise. I didn't think she was going to be able to join us for this live recorded class, but Tazil, you are here with us. So I'm happy to hear that. And I'm happy for those on YouTube that will see this amazing individual. So Tazil, can you please unmute yourself? And I'm going to have you introduce yourself as well. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Tazil, please introduce yourself.
I'm Tazil. I'm from Haiti. I've been part of this amazing family since July 22. No, July 23. This was last year. I am married. I have 2 children, and I work on management.
I love it. I love it. Tazil, you're an amazing person. And it's so crazy that you've already been with us for more than a year. Time really flies.
Yes.
It really does. Well, I am very happy that you're here. I know that you understand what I'm saying. I didn't know if you were going to come, but I'm so glad that you're here with us. And I hope that you enjoy this class, Tazil.
I'm so glad to be here also, teacher. Thank you.
Of course. All right. So now you all, the person watching or the individuals watching this, you know some of the amazing students, some of the amazing student leaders in the academy. And today we're going to be diving into an actual English class. Now, you get the opportunity to watch this private class. It's an opportunity I have not had for many years to really pour into individuals in a small group. So everyone, we're going to dive right into our class. Our focus for this class is family relationships. So I want us to jumpstart this class first by asking you all your opinion when it comes to the topic of family relationships. We're going to start off first by getting your opinion. Then we're going to dive into some vocabulary words, expressions, and idioms related to this topic. But when it comes to family relationships, I want each of you, I think everyone, yes, we have 4 different countries. No, 4 different countries. Expedito and Fred are both from Brazil. But I want you very quickly to tell us about your home country and how family relationships are there. You guys know I'm African American, and in the African American community, family relationships are so important. So I'd like you all to please tell us about family relationships in your country. I'm going to start with, let's go in reverse this time. I'm going to start with Fred. Fred, can you tell us about your family relationships in your country?
Okay, yes, sure. In Brazil, family relationships are really, really important. We are so close to our family. For example, if we are not married, we still live with mom and dad for a long time. Normally, people just move to their home, to their own home when they get married. So we are really, really close. So and from time to time we try to have like a meal together or get together on Sunday. So it's kind of mandatory here. Almost every Sunday you are going to go to your father's house or mother's house and have a lunch with them, spend time with them. So we are very, very close to our family. So Brazilians are people that are very close to their family and their friends. So family is God, and family is in the first place. So this is a little bit about our relationship with family in Brazil.
I love that. I love that. God and then family. And you've mentioned to me quite a few times how close families are in Brazil and how important it is. So thank you so much, Fred. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
I love it. I love it. How about you, Yelisa? You are from the Dominican Republic. So can you tell us about family relationships in the Dominican Republic?
Yes, it's also so important, as Fred was mentioning, for us to build a strong bonds in our family and also to take care of their needs if it's so children, and also to visit our parents and to be with them, especially in the latest age, because they are more adults right now, and we try to get closer to them in this stage of their life. So for our society, it's so important to create a strong bonds with them. So in especially in difficult times, that family is it needs to be together.
I love that. I love that. It seems like just like Brazil, Dominican Republic, families are really, really important. I love this. And I'm going to continue with the other students, but I love that you all are saying how important family relationships are in your communities and in your culture, because when you're learning English, you now need to have the words, the expressions to describe this aspect of your culture. So I love that. I love that. All right, hold on one second. We're going to go to the next person. Okay. All right, now I want to ask Expedito. I know, Fred, you spoke about Brazil. Expedito, is there anything you want to add to what Fred said about Brazil and family relationships?
Okay, Chief and my friends, I think in Brazil we live in worrying problem in Brazil. I think in some part of the world too about relationship. Because for me, family is the most important thing in our life. Together with God, obviously, okay, because we need to have a religion. We need uh, to be always thinking in God. But unfortunately, in Brazil, some kind of the government want to destroy, okay, to destroy family, because family is the base of everything, and because that's maybe they want to destroy our family, and with some ideology, bad ideology about our kids, for example, then I think we need to fight a lot against this. Thank you.
Okay, good point. Fighting for family relationships and keeping them at the forefront. I love it. I love it because I know what's coming in this class. So I know the words I'm going to teach you, and I can see how these words are really going to help you guys express what you're saying even more. All right, I want to go quickly now to, we have Paola and then Tazil. So Paola, can you tell us about Mexico? I am very familiar, of course, because I love Mexican food, but can you tell us about Mexico? How are family relationships viewed in Mexico, Paola?
Yes, of course. So I think family relationships are really important in Mexico because they are like the foundation of society. We still have very, like, society is evolving, but I think the father being the head of the house is still like really common. And also when the children get married, it's not uncommon for them to live with their parents for a while until they can like buy their own house or move on, move out of the house. And yeah, so I think it's not like, well, at least in my case, mandatory to see your family like every week, but it is important for you to see your family on special occasions and family reunions, birthdays, anniversaries. So yeah, family relationships, but also can vary depending where you are. I live in a relatively big city, so here maybe we are more distant, but maybe in smaller cities they are even closer.
I love that. Very well said. Very well said. Yes. Again, it seems to be a common theme that family relationships are very important. And I like how you brought out that for the holidays, it's kind of an automatic, right? It's understated, like, hey, you're going to be with your family. So I love that. All right, Tazil from Haiti, let us know, what are family relationships like in Haitian culture?
Yes, in Haiti, family is really important. Family is not only about siblings, relation between siblings. It's not about only brothers, sisters relationship. It's also families. When we say family, it's included thousand aunts, grandmother, grandfather, etc. In Haiti, you stay home until you get married. It's in the opposite of American people, where uh, a child or at his 19, he can leave home and rent rent his apartment. But in Haiti, we have to stay home until we get married. So family is that's where you that's where you have a strong relationship with your siblings, and it's also in the difficult situation you can experience the strongest part of a family's relationship. For example, when if he has a death in the family, that's where every member of the family, even though we don't see each other for years, but at this time, everyone knows that they have to be there. They have to be together to to experiment this, to pass this difficult time together.
I love that. Man, the excitement inside that I have that each word, each expression literally matches this. I love that you brought out when there are difficult times that arise, you lean on your family, right? And
Yes,
I think
yes.
I've told you all before, I have quite a few Haitian friends, and I've seen it in real life, how close you all are. And I've seen how mothers and fathers take care of their children until they get married. So thank you
Yes,
so much
that's
for
right.
sharing that, Tazil.
Thank you, Teacher Tiffani.
Of course. Okay, now I'm excited. So, I appreciate each of you for sharing a bit more about your culture. And the reason I like to start these classes off with you all sharing information, because you guys know this about me. It's not about the teacher. It really is about the individuals, right? You all, right? You're learning English, but you have so much value, so many things to offer. So I want these classes to be about you all. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today for part one. So for those watching, the program that these individuals are in is called Daily English Lessons Membership, and it's broken up into 4 phases, right? It's a program that gives you a lesson each day of the year. And the lessons are broken up into 4 phases. And the first phase focuses on words, expressions, and idioms. So I want us to go into these 3 terms. I'm going to share my screen with you all so that you can see what you are about to learn. And I'm also curious to know if you have ever heard of these terms. So the very first term I'm going to teach you is nurture. Okay, I'm going to teach you all nurture. Then we're going to go over this expression, family ties. And finally, I'm going to teach you this idiom for phase 1. Blood is thicker than water. So let me ask you this question before we dive into the first one. Again, the first one is nurture, the second one, family ties, and the third one, blood is thicker than water. Has anyone ever heard any of these terms?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay, so let me ask you this. Hold on one second. All right. So, Paola, tell us, which one have you heard of before?
The 3 of them.
Now remember, I told you all that Paola has been with me for a long time, right? So as you can tell, her English is really good. So Paola, you've heard of all 3. Okay, I love it. Now I see 2 hands, so I'm gonna ask now Fred. Fred, which one have you heard of? Thank you, Paola. Fred, which one have you heard of?
Actually, I just hear nurture, but I never hear blood is thicker than water. But it's easy to understand what that means. So yeah,
I
I
love
never
that.
saw that one, but it's using the context is easy to understand.
I love it. I love it. Okay. And Yelisa, what about you, Yelisa? Which one have you heard of?
Nurture and blood is thicker than water.
Ooh, I
When
love
I was
it.
reading another book, I saw those words.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so this is going to make this even more enjoyable. All right, so some of you have heard, well, Paola has heard all three. Fred knows nurture, but he also is smart enough to catch on to number 3. I love it. And then Yelisa, you said you've heard nurture and also blood is thicker than water. So this is going to be exciting. So we're going to get started with the very first one. All right, and I'm going to break it down. I want to make sure you understand first how to pronounce it, and then we're also going to look at the definition. So I'm going to bring everyone on screen very quickly. Here we go. And I think we have to add one more. Let's see, one more who has joined us. Here we go. This is actually me, but we're going to change it to someone else. Tazil. All right. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to show the word. Okay. I'm going to show the word, and I want you all to repeat after me. Okay. So the first word again after me, everyone, is nurture. You guys can repeat after me. Nurture.
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 Very good. Again, nurture.
Nurture.
Excellent. All right, now I come a little closer and I'm looking at everyone. Nurture.
Nurture.
Very good. Now we're going to do it one by one. I'm going to have Paola start, then Expedito, then Fred, then Tazil, and then, Yelisa, and then Tazil. So, Paola after me. Nurture.
Nurture.
Excellent. Expedito. Nurture.
Nurture.
Oh, good. Fred. Nurture.
Nurture.
Good. Yelisa. Nurture.
Nurture.
Good. And Tazil. Nurture.
Nurture.
Excellent. Very good. So this word is a bit easy to pronounce, right? Nurture. But I want to break down the definition of this word, all right? This word just means to care for and encourage the growth or development of. Now remember, we're talking about family relationships. So what do parents do? They care for and encourage the growth and development of their children. Earlier, I want to make sure I'm correct. Tazil, I think earlier you mentioned that you have 2 children. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
So with your children, you care about their development, right?
Yes.
So in this situation, I could say, Tazil really wants to nurture her children. Does that kind of make sense, guys? Nurture?
Yes.
Good. All right. So let's check out these example sentences, and then I'm going to actually let you all create some example sentences. So here's the very first example sentence. Parents play a crucial role in nurturing their children's talents and interests. Parents play a crucial role in nurturing their children's talents and interests. Now, this is not in my notes, but I want to see if anyone knows what this word actually means. Does anyone know what the word crucial actually means? Parents play a crucial role. Does anyone know what the term crucial means? What does that mean?
Essential.
Oh, very good. Essential. Give me some more synonyms. Essential, yes. Very good. Any other word come to mind? A crucial or essential role. What's another word that comes to mind?
Fundamental.
Fundamental. Come on. Listen, you guys, I love it. Essential, fundamental. Anything else?
Necessary.
Necessary. Very good. Anything else?
Principle.
Principle. Very good. Anything else?
Very important.
There we go. Very important. I love it. Essential, necessary, fundamental, very important. So now when we're looking at this sentence again, parents play a fundamental, an essential, an important role in nurturing their children's talents and interests. Now you all are seeing why I was getting so excited about these terms, because as you were explaining your culture, you were actually describing so many aspects of this word. All right. The second sentence right here, the second sentence is, she nurtured a loving relationship with her stepchildren over the years. She encouraged them. She cared about their development. All right? And finally, the grandparents helped nurture the family bonds by organizing regular gatherings. All right? So again, the term is nurturing. So what I want us to do right now is I want each of you to think of a sentence using the word nurture. All right? So I am going to actually share my screen and we're going to look at the sentences you all provide. So I know each of you, I know that you're not shy, so we can actually correct and look at the sentences in real time. Now, you're not shy to speak English with us. You might be shy as your personality, but let's do this together. So I would like to start off this time going in reverse. I'm going to ask Tazeel. Tazeel, are you ready to give an example sentence using this word?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Tazeel, I'm going to bring you on the screen with me, and I'd like you to please tell us your sentence.
As a mother,
Yes.
I nurtured a strong relationship with my teenager girl,
Okay.
so she can share easily with me her secrets.
Okay, her secrets. First, I want to say I love the context and the content of this sentence. All right, so we're going to look at this one together. Excellent job. All right. So as a mother, I nurture a strong relationship with my teenager girl so she can share easily with me her secrets. So let's do this together. All right. I'm going to highlight some portions. All right. So let's start off with this part. As a mother, I nurture a strong relationship with my teenager girl. So I'm going to actually give you the way to say this in English. My teenage daughter, or my daughter who is a teenager. Okay, so let's do this real quick together. Hold on 1 second, everyone. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Okay, my teenage daughter. All right. Teen-aged daughter. Okay, so your daughter is a teenager. Can you tell us a little bit more about your daughter? How old is your daughter?
17. She's 17.
She's 17. And how is your relationship with her?
I can say we are a little bit close.
I love that. I love that.
We talk a lot. Whatever she has as an issue, she easily come.
I love that.
Come see me and talk to me about that. So
I love it.
Every time she had a problem, she come with me. She come and talk to me about that. It's not a problem for her.
I love that. I love that. So you have a great relationship with your teenage daughter. Amazing. I kind of thought that was the case, which is why I asked that question. It's a blessing to have such a strong relationship with your teenage daughter. All right. So the last part of the sentence I want to help with is at the end. It says, so she can share easily with me her secrets. All right. So she can share easily with me her secrets. So this is how we would say this. So she can share her secrets easily with me. It's just about the order change. All right. So she can share her secrets easily with me. All right. Easily. Uh-oh, I don't think you can see this. There we go. Easily with me. So if we are to read this sentence in its completion now, as a mother, I nurture, and I want to put this comma, as a mother, I nurture a strong relationship with my teenage daughter so she can share her secrets easily with me. Make sense?
Yes.
I love it. And now I'm going to ask you, can you read it one time for us, Tazil?
Yes. As a mother, I nurture a strong relationship with my teenage daughter.
Good.
So she can share her secrets easily with me.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you so much, Tazil.
Thank you, Teacher Tiffani.
I love it. I love it. All right. So what I'm going to do is for each word that we have or each expression, I'll take two of you so that we can make sure everyone gets an opportunity. So I'm going to ask, would anyone else say one more for nurture? Who else would like to give an example sentence for the term nurture? Whoever raises their hand first. Oh, I saw your hand. I saw Yalisa's hand first. Don't worry, Paula, I'll get you next time. All right, so I saw Yalisa's hand first. So Yalisa, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. So again, Yalisa, please give me your sentence. Uh-oh, I think the audio didn't come back in just yet. Yalisa, are you still there? Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, the sentence. The
Go for it.
sentence is many children.
Mm-hmm.
Many children around the world.
Oh,
The
no.
world has been affected by trauma. Some of them.
Hold on one second. Many
You listen?
children
Okay.
around the world.
You got it. Many children, around the world have been affected by trauma.
Uh-huh.
Some of them grew up without a nurturing environment.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, they've been presenting different disorders in their lives. That's the sentence.
Hold on. Presenting many
different disorders.
Okay.
In their life.
In their life. Wow, man, you guys are impressive. Okay, again, just like I told Tazil, I love the context. I love that you all are thinking. And again, this goes to how great you guys are as student leaders. Okay, so let's look at this. Now, this was more than one sentence. It's totally okay, right? Because you were able to give so much context. So I want to read it out first. Many children around the world have been affected by trauma. I want to give you this right here. Very true statement. Yes, sad statement, but also a good sentence. And it's very true. Many children, whether it be America, Dominican Republic, Brazil, Mexico, Haiti, many students, many individuals or children have been affected by trauma. Then the next part, which was the second sentence, right? You said some of them grew up without a nurturing environment. All right. So over the years, they have been presenting many different disorders in their life. Wow. Very good. Now, the only reason I underlined nurturing environment, not because it's grammatically incorrect. With this statement, so normally when we say nurturing, right? I want to show you guys something very quickly. Normally, you guys will see my screen now. So normally when we use the term nurturing, it's usually connected to a person. She, parents, the grandparents. That's why I said your sentence was not grammatically incorrect. It's more of now we're getting into, and this is an expression that's used in America, the nitty gritty. I don't think I've ever taught you guys that. Have I ever taught you guys that expression? We're getting into the nitty gritty. Okay, Yalisa, I'm going to pause 1 second just to explain this expression to you all, okay? So I'm going to move this over. This is the expression nitty gritty. Now, it's not slang. It's kind of, it's not a professional term, but if you used it in a meeting, it would be okay. All right. So nitty gritty, this literally just means the details, right? The major details. So the major details. So someone, if they say to you, hey, let's get into the nitty gritty. They want to get into the major details, okay? They want to make sure they are able to get into the most important part of what is being discussed, all right? Does that kind of make sense, everybody? I see some head shakes. Yes, the nitty gritty. All right, so you can come back on camera, Yelisa. You didn't have to mute. You can stay on camera. Are you ready, Yelisa? Oh, we can't hear you, Yelisa.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. All right.
I'm here.
Okay, good. So yeah, the nitty gritty. So when I said, all right, grammatically, very well said. Nurturing environment. Now I'm getting into the nitty gritty of this term nurturing. We normally attach it to a person, right? So the way that I would restate just this portion is some of them grew up without someone to nurture them, right? Some of them grew up without an environment filled with nurturing individuals. That's the longer way of saying it. But some of them grew up without a nurturing parent. Okay? This is the shorter way to say it. All right? But again, your grammar was not incorrect. We're just getting into the nitty gritty of the term nurturing. All right? So I'll read it once and then I'll ask you to read it. Many children around the world have been affected by trauma. Some of them grew up without a nurturing parent. So over the years, they have been presenting many different disorders in their life. Okay. Go ahead.
Many children around the world has been affected by trauma. Some of them grew up without a nurturing parent. So over the years, they have been presenting many different disorders in their lives.
Excellent job, Yelisa. Very good. All right. Now let me ask everyone. So far, is this making sense? Even looking at the example that Tazil gave and the example that Yelisa gave, is it making more sense? You guys can unmute yourselves. Is it making sense to you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah? Good. Okay, this is a term, and even for the individual watching this class, this is a term that native English speakers use on a regular basis. So you can also start using this term. I think there's a question. Fred, did you have a question you want to ask?
Yeah, I have a question about, is it possible to change nurture to cultivate? Are they similar? Can I switch that?
Great question. Okay, excellent question. So I'm going to put this on the screen now. Let's look at this together. So Fred is asking about another term, a very useful term in English. All right. So the term that Fred just mentioned is cultivate. All right. Cultivate. And the word that we're learning is nurture. Now, the term cultivate means to make something happen, right? Provide an environment that causes something to happen. I can say I had to cultivate the ground, right? I'm trying to make the best environment for something to happen. Now, with this term nurture, the key of this term is encourage the growth or development of. Now, normally we use this to speak about people. But I can cultivate the ground. I can also cultivate a stronger relationship with my child, right? So again, this is why I said it was an excellent question, Fred, because whereas with nurture, we normally use it when we speak about people. I want to nurture a relationship with my niece. I want to nurture a stronger relationship with my dad. But I can also say cultivate a stronger relationship with my dad. But I wouldn't say I want to nurture the earth. Does that kind of make sense, Fred? It's okay, you can talk. I know.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, good. No worries. Again, great question. Excellent question. All right, good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the expression. All right, so we have the term nurture, again, talking about family relationships. And I'm looking at the time and realizing I really do enjoy these classes because it's already been about 40 minutes. Again, not for those watching. We talked a little bit before we hit record, but for those that have to go at the 15 minutes from now, it's totally okay. Don't worry, I think follow you have to leave, but it's okay. All right, so what I want to do now is give you all this expression. This is another expression that I was getting excited about as you all were sharing about your culture and how family relationships are viewed in your culture. Here's the expression, family ties. Family ties. And now before I actually break this down, I'm actually going to ask Paola, since I know you have to leave early, I want to make sure you get some time as well. So, Paola, you mentioned earlier, Tiff, I know all of these. So, Paola, I'm going to ask you, hon. Paola, can you please just explain in your own words, what does this expression family ties actually mean?
Well, if I'm correct, I think family ties means the things that keeps you close with your family, your bonds.
I love it. I love it. I saw your hands moving and I was like, yeah, you got it. You got it. I knew you were looking for the word, but your body language said it. Exactly, Paola. Exactly what you just said. Literally, that term is actually in the definition. You said the term bond, right? And that's exactly what the term means. It means emotional bonds between family members, right? And there are certain bonds that we have that only exist with our family members. So I'm going to ask you guys this question really quickly before I dive into the example sentences. Again, family ties refers to the bonds we form with our family. All right. So I want to ask you all this question. For you personally, do you feel like you have strong family ties, or do you want to strengthen your family ties? Listen closely. One side is, Tiff, my family ties locked in. They're already strong. Or you're like, hey, they're okay, but I really want to strengthen my family ties. Which one would you say is the case for you? And again, I'll start with Paola only because you have to leave soon. But Paola, what would you say about your family ties?
Sadly, I think we have to strengthen more our relationship, our family ties, because as I said before, we live in a really big city. So for us to reunite, it's like 1 hour driving for the traffic. So it's hard.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's tricky. It's difficult when you live so far apart. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, so let me ask you, Fred, how about you? Do you feel like your family ties, they're already strong, or would you like to strengthen them a bit more?
Yeah, my family ties are very strong with my wife, my kids, because we are together all the time. And I'm still trying to make it stronger, having more quality time with them and, because I know this is really important. However, with my other members of my family, like my brother, my sisters, and other members of my family, I need to strengthen them because we don't have time to be together as we want. So as Paula said, it's not easy because everybody has their own life. They work, we work. So it's hard to be together, but I'm trying to strengthen them because I know it's really important. So yeah, it's two sides.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Great answer. All right. And Expedito, how about you? Expedito, would you like to strengthen your family ties, or do you feel like your family ties are already strong? What would you say?
Hey, Tiffany, about my close family, I think we have a strong family ties, okay? But when I talk about my extended family, this family ties is not so good. So then, in this case, I think we need to, how can I say, make it better to do strengthen our family ties.
I like that. I like that. Excellent point. I also like that you said your extended family. Your extended family. And I think each of you know what that term means, but just to make sure the person watching this understands that, because again, you guys are the student leaders, you guys are advanced. So I know you guys understand it, but I want to make sure the person watching it understands. It's a great term that you used. So just very quickly, I want to break this term down right here. You said extended family, okay? Extended family. So when we are talking about family relationships, right? Earlier, Fred made this point. He said, Tiff, with my wife and my sons, everything is okay, right? So let's imagine this being a family right here. And Fred, you have 2 kids. So I'll put 2 boys right here. Okay, got the baby, and also we have the older son as well. All right. But an extended family is actually not referring to these individuals. It's referring to, let's say, for example, these are your parents, right? Your mother and your father, not the extended just yet, right? Your mother and your father, but then your father has a brother, right? Your father has a brother. Hold on one second. Let's go back really quickly on this one. All right. So let's do this. Hold on, guys. Your parents right here. Then your father has 3 siblings, right? And they have parents up here. But then the siblings have kids. These kids are your cousins. These individuals, your aunt, your uncle, your aunt here, they are your extended family. So just to break it down a little bit easier again, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your grandparents, they are your extended family. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, we're good? Okay, perfect. All right, your extended family. All right. So don't worry, Elisa and Tazil, I did not forget about you. Yeah, sure.
One adult. In this case, we can consider our in-laws as extended family or
Wow,
not?
that's a great question. So in-laws always, it's a tricky subject to talk about your in-laws. Personally, yes, I would say they are a part of your extended family because whenever we say like the nucleus, it's your spouse. So my husband or your wife, my children, right? Your nucleus family. So anyone outside of that. Now, your mother and father, of course, they are directly connected. But your extended family is anyone outside of this circle. So yes, I would personally say my in-laws are part of my extended family. I think it's okay to say that. Great question, though. Great question. All right. So now what I want us to do is I want us to very quickly look at some example sentences using this expression, and then we're going to move directly to the idioms. I switched the order because I wanted to know your thoughts on your personal family ties. Before we get there, though, I want to ask Yelisa and Tazil if you could please share. So I'll start with Tazil. How would you describe your current family ties? Are they already strong, or would you like to strengthen them, Tazil?
With my close family, it's really strong.
What's really strong?
Also,
What's really strong?
the relationship, the family.
The family what?
The family ties. The family ties.
Uh-huh.
The family ties. It's really strong. And with my siblings, it's really strong also. With my siblings, we have it's like a natural bond between us.
I love it.
We always try to get together, especially during holidays. We have a strong relationship. But with my extended family, it's not, I can't say, it's just natural, but it's not really strong. We have to work on it.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. It's natural that sometimes it's not going to be as strong as you would like it to be, right? Because we're not around them enough, right? We're not really seeing them as much as we would see them in the past. You guys saw that quick switch? Paola had to go to work, so I put Tazil on top. But yes, it's very natural for sometimes us not to be as close to our extended family. So that's a great point. All right. And Yelisa, how about you? What would you say about your family ties?
You know, our society has changed, and my family tie are trying to develop strong, especially the close one. But the other relative are living far away from me, so I'm trying to build a strong family and also teach my children that family is important, even though they are very far away from us.
I love that. I love that. Yes, even though they're far away, you want to still build the strong family ties. So great. Thank you so much, Tazil and Yelisa. I appreciate that. All right. Now we're going to go to very quickly. I want to go over the example sentences and then we'll wrap up with the idiom blood is thicker than water. All right. So here's the first example sentence. Despite living in different countries, they maintained strong family ties through regular video calls. All right. I'm going to give the last two sentences, but I'm going to give you guys a heads up. Fred, I'm coming to you. And Expedito, I'm coming to you. So, gentlemen, if you can have your sentences ready using this expression, okay? I can see you guys smiling. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next example sentence right here. The importance of family ties is often emphasized in traditional cultures. This goes back to earlier when I was saying I was smiling because each of you described your personal cultures, right? Your country and how things are done in your country and how family relationships are seen. And that's exactly what this sentence is also emphasizing. Again, it says the importance of family ties is often emphasized in traditional cultures. And finally, sentence number 3. She felt her family ties weakening as she became more independent in college. All right. This is an example, again, of how to use family ties in a sentence. All right, so now I mentioned a few moments ago that I was going to ask Expedito and Fred to give us their example sentences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, but I want to ask Expedito, are you ready to give your example sentence?
Oh my God.
I'll take that as possibly a yes. All right. So,
Okay.
hold on one second, Expedito. I'm going to bring you on. All right, Expedito, please share your sentence.
Okay. For us to have a strong family tie, it's important give nurture for all family.
Yeah.
I don't know it's correct.
This is what I'll say. Same thing I said to our previous example sentences. I love the context, and I love also how you made it a point to use the expressions we've learned so far. Family ties, the expression, and then the vocabulary word nurture, right? I love that you did that. Okay, so let's look at it together. For us to have strong family ties, it's important to give nurture for all family. So for us to have strong family ties, good. First part, excellent job. This last part, it's important give nurture for all family, right? So instead, for this portion right here, actually, I'm going to ask, let's make it interesting. Fred, are you ready? Oh, you're muted, Fred. Don't worry, Expedito. Fred, I'm going to ask you, how would you change the last portion? And Expedito, I'll do the same thing with Fred. Fred, how can we change the underlined portion?
Let me see. It's important. It's important to be nurtured by the whole family, by the family.
Okay. It's important to, again,
Be nurtured
okay.
by the whole family or by the whole family. I don't know.
Okay, by the whole family. Don't worry. This is why I enjoyed these classes, okay? By the whole family. Okay, so I like where you're going with this, all right? It's important to be nurtured by the whole family. So here's the thing. I was going to lead into this as well. Let me see. Expedito, you still there?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to go based off what Fred wrote, all right? For us to have strong family ties, it's important to be nurtured by or to be nurtured by
The whole.
each other.
By
Right?
each other.
Now we could say that to be nurtured by each other. Now, more natural would be it's important to nurture each other. That's why I didn't stop you, Fred, because the context was there, right? So we can say it's important to nurture each other. Does that kind of make sense, guys? It's important to nurture each other. All right, that makes sense, everybody? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds natural.
Sounds natural. Thank you. I've practiced for many years. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to read it once, and then I'm going to have Expedito read it. All right? So here's the sentence again. For us to have strong family ties, it's important to nurture each other. All right? Expedito, are you ready?
Well, I got you right now. Okay, I try.
You can do it. Yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
You ready? Can
For
you see it?
us, okay, yes. For us to have strong family ties, it's important to nurture each other.
Excellent. Very good, right? That's the way. So again, the content was amazing. I understood your context. I understood what you were trying to say. And I also fully agree with this statement. In order for us to have these strong family ties, we have to nurture each other. We have to care about each other. So excellent job. Thank you very much, Expedito. Fred, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, good. All right, now we're going to have Fred give his sentence, and then Expedito, I'll ask you to give your thoughts after Fred gives his sentence. So, all right, Fred, please let me know what your sentence is.
Okay, this sentence is a little bit tricky to do, but
Okay.
I'm going to try.
Okay?
During the pandemic, family ties changed a lot. Those who were close start to be far away. And those who are far away became closer. I know it's not right, but the context is this one.
Yes. One thing I want to remind you is, and this is for everybody, right? And you guys have heard me say this before. When you give an example or when you're speaking in English, one rule I always say is never apologize, right? Because I want you guys to have confidence, right? So even when you guys are giving example sentences in the class, let me help you. Let me let you know if it's right or wrong, as opposed to, I know it's not right. I'm not sure. Then the reason I say that is because I want you guys to feel confident. It's okay to make mistakes, but let me be the person that helps you. So the reason I say that as well is, Fred, you were giving a great example, but it was kind of like before you could get it out, I know it's not right, but let that go, man, let it go. All right, so now that the big smile is on your face, let's break down what you said, all right? So during the pandemic, family ties changed a lot. Excellent sentence. And very true. Family ties did change a lot. Those who were close started to be far away. Those who were far away became closer. Another reason I told you not to edit is because there are no grammar errors in this sentence, in any of these sentences. Exactly, which is why I said don't edit. Let me be the one to help you. There are no grammar errors. The only thing I need to give to you is a natural expression. But you were able to organize your thoughts to get out what you wanted to say to where I, as a native English speaker, could understand. All right? So now that we have that, let's break it down, okay? So during the pandemic, family ties changed a lot. Very true. Those who were close started to be far away. Close and far away. There are expressions. Now, again, I know you well, so I know what you wanted to say, right? When you say close, break it down for those watching and for your other class members. When you say close, are you talking about distance or are you talking about relationship?
I'm talking about both because, during the pandemic, people are not able to be together, like with your brothers, sisters, and your siblings, for example. So, and the relationship changed because we are not able to, to have a lunch together, to have a dinner together, or to just to be with them. So I think in this case, it's both relationship and distance, personal distance.
All right, so we can add that to the sentence, the fact that you want to address both, right? So those who lived close to each other and were close as far as relationship. The expression I want to give you is more related to relationship, Okay, so we're going to stick with that actually. Started to grow apart. You know what I'm talking about, right? Grow apart. Makes sense, right? And I think you've heard me say this before. Grow apart. Now, grow apart. Hold on one second, guys. Let me put this on my computer. All right. Grow apart. Now, this term grow apart is related to a relationship, right? So, for example, I am close to each of you, right? I know a lot about you, right? I know that our wonderful Expedito can sing in an amazing way, right? Okay, I know Yelisa is now an English teacher. I know many things about you, Tazil, yes. So I know things about you all, right? But let's say over time, we're not able to talk as much. Over time, we're not messaging each other. We're going to grow apart. It means we're not as close as we were. Our relationship is not as strong. Does that kind of make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Good. Okay, so those who were close started to grow apart. All right? So, Fred, do me a favor. Just read that sentence, the second one.
Those who are close start to grow apart.
Very good. All right. And then those who were far away, now we have this distance, right? Those who were far away became closer. Now that's okay. Became closer because, but grow apart, this one is referring to an emotional relationship. So naturally in our brain, we also want this to be an emotional relationship expression, right? So for this one, again, grammar, no problem at all. All right. So those who were far away started to, became bosom buddies. This is just an expression you can use, right? Bosom buddies. All right. Bosom buddies. Now, has anyone ever heard of this expression, bosom buddies? Anyone ever heard of this one before? Let's see, I'm seeing.
I'm not.
No? Okay. Now, bosom buddy, let me just explain it to you all really quickly. So, bosom buddy just refers to someone who is very close to you, a close friend. You guys have heard me say this often. My homie, right? My close friend, right? A bosom buddy is the same thing. Why do we say bosom buddy? So, your bosom is actually your chest area. When you have a baby, you hold the baby in your bosom. Right? You hold them very close to you, right? Fred, your little munchkin, right? You hold him close to you, right? In your bosom. So if you have a bosom buddy, it means that person is very close to your heart. That person means a lot to you, right? So let me go back again to the screen. So those who were close started to grow apart. There's an emotional distance, right? And those who were far away became bosom buddies. All right, Fred, are you ready to read that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, Fred, read the last sentence, please.
Those who were far away became bosom buddies.
Good. And now I am going to read the entire thing and then have you read it after me. All right. During the pandemic, family ties changed a lot. Those who were close started to grow apart. Those who were far away became bosom buddies. Your turn.
During the pandemic, family ties changed a lot. Those who were close started to grow apart.
Oh,
Those
not B,
who were
not B.
far away. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Those who were close started to grow apart. Those who were far away became bosom buddies.
Excellent job. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right. So everyone, I think Yelisa, you are here with us, but the camera, now we see her. Okay. All right. So everyone, so far we're good, right? Everyone understands the terms that we went over so far. Again, we had nurture and we had family ties. Everyone good? Oh, okay. Everyone's muted. Yes. Good, good. All right. Now we're going to quickly go over our last one. It's an idiom. Blood is thicker than water. Now, earlier, our friend Paola said she knew all of them. Again, she had to go to work, so she had to leave class early. Fred said he could guess the context. And I think, Yelisa, you said that you read in a book and you saw this idiom. Is that correct, Yelisa? Oh, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, Yelisa. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Yelisa, looking at this idiom, blood is thicker than water. Can you tell us, what does blood is thicker than water mean?
I was reading in a difficult situation. It was rough situation that this person was having at that time, and even though their parents weren't assuring and weren't approving.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
And they use that expression that blood is thicker than water because even though he was having a bad behavior, they are still welcoming them to bounce back at this difficult situation that he was facing at that time.
Woo! Okay, some of the things went out because of the connection, but that was an amazing example. This is why reading is so fundamental when you're trying to improve your English. So excellent example, Yelisa, and that's exactly what it means. So just to kind of rephrase or summarize, only because it went out a bit, Yelisa is reading this book, and in the book there was a young man who was not behaving properly, and his parents weren't happy with his actions, but they said, hey, listen, even though we don't approve of your actions, you're still our son. We're still going to help you, right? Why? Blood is thicker than water. Okay, does that kind of make sense, guys? I'm going to tell you the definition, but is that perfect? All right, so now let's check out the actual definition. Excellent job, Yelisa. Very good. All right, here we go. So blood is thicker than water. This is a very commonly used idiom in English, all right? So it literally just means family relationships are more important than other relationships, or your family members will have your back when no one else does. Now, I want to add this caveat because depending on who's watching and also depending on each of your personal experiences, sometimes it's not the case. Sometimes, unfortunately, family members don't have the strongest family ties. Maybe an individual wasn't nurtured as they were growing up, right? So they don't have this feeling of, my family will always have my back. So in their situation, they'll say, well, wait a minute, blood is thicker than water is not true for me because my family doesn't really support me. This does happen, and I do feel bad for those that experience that. But in general, right, we're speaking about in general, with this idiom, it's saying that family relationships are the most important because your family will help you. Blood, meaning you're tied by blood, right? DNA connects us, right? Blood is thicker than water. That's what that means. So I want to read these example sentences. Here's the first one, okay? When she was going through a tough time, she realized that blood is thicker than water as her family rallied around her, surrounded her, and helped her and encouraged her. Next, despite their arguments, the siblings always reconciled because they believed blood is thicker than water. And finally, some people challenge the idea that blood is thicker than water, valuing chosen family just as much as biological ties. And this does happen sometimes. Sometimes people feel, hey, my family is close, but my friends are even closer than my family. And that does happen depending on how they were nurtured growing up, right? Depending on the strength of their family ties. So in English, we do say blood is thicker than water. So I want to, again, we're almost an hour and 10 minutes into this class. I want to wrap up our class by telling you guys kind of a story that proves that blood is thicker than water. So this happened to me, and I haven't told this story online, so you guys are the first ones. And the person watching this, you're the second. This happened to me maybe about, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks ago from the time of this recording. Now, my family, our family ties is very strong, right? We have very strong family ties. But this situation helped me realize even more that blood is truly thicker than water. So for me, as a person, normally when I'm going through something, I really won't share it with other people. I'll pray about it. I'll talk to God and try to figure it out, and then I'll share it with family and friends, right? I usually process things, and then once I've kind of processed, then I'll share, right? So anyways, there was a situation where I had an appointment, and I was going to the appointment. I had planned for months in advance to go to this appointment and have this individual provide a certain service. When I walked into the establishment, I could tell, oh no, this is not going to work out the way I thought it was going to work out. And the individual that was going to provide the service, somehow I had offended this individual. Not intentionally, but I had offended the individual, and it really hurt me. It hurt me because I never want to make anyone else feel bad. So the very thought that I had made this individual feel insecure or feel bad about themselves, and again, I'm keeping the names and all that out of this for a reason, it really hurt me. I mean, like, I was crying, right? I went to my car and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe I hurt somebody. Even though it was unintentionally, the fact is I hurt someone, right? So I went to my car to gather my thoughts to figure out, okay, like, what am I going to do? Am I going to get the service, or how do I make this person realize, like, I really didn't mean to hurt you? I'm so sorry. And I called my sister. Right now, depending on the situation, if it's really deep where I'm crying, I'll usually call my best friend, or I'll talk to someone, but something told me to call my sister, and I told her what was happening. And in that moment, she gave me so much encouragement. She was like, hey, go and do this. You know, I'll be praying for you. In the moment, she was like, let's stop right now and let's pray. She was like, I know you didn't intend to do that. She was like, let's pray. And just that moment alone was enough to really help me. I was like, man, my sister's amazing. Like, she really helped me. Went back in, and again, I didn't get the service. I apologized profusely to the individual, and it was fine. We ended, like, we separated. It was fine. About 30 minutes later, again, I was still affected because I had hurt someone. I called my mom. Again, we're a very close family. So I called my mom, and I was telling her, and I was crying on the phone. And my mom said, yeah, your sister called us 30 minutes ago, us being my mom and my dad, and said, pray for Tiff. I can't tell you the details right now, but just pray for her. In that moment, I realized once again that blood is thicker than water. I hadn't asked my sister to tell my parents. I hadn't asked her to ask them to pray and to help me through the situation. But I realized it's so important to have a strong family tie. Family ties will get you through so many things, right? It was something I couldn't go into detail with my friends, but I could tell my family exactly what was going on, and they were praying for me. So it was another reminder that blood is thicker than water, and you can depend on your family. Again, for those that are not able to, I do hope that your family ties improve. But it was really another example that blood is thicker than water. So I want to ask you guys, as we're wrapping up, we talked about 3 different things today. We talked about nurture, family ties, and blood is thicker than water. So I want to ask each of you to share just very quickly, in maybe 60 seconds each, what was your favorite part of this class? I'll start with Tazil, then we'll do Expedito, then we'll have Yelisa, and then Fred, and we'll close out. So Tazil, what did you enjoy the most, or what did you learn that you feel like was valuable today?
I enjoyed the entire session. I learned a lot. I enjoy learning new words and expression, but my best part is the idiom. Blood is thicker than water, because it's so true for me. I experiment that so many times, especially during my rough time. My family proved me that blood is thicker than water. That it's so true.
I love that. I love that. I love it. How about you, Expedito? Thank you, Tazil. How about you, Expedito?
Oh, to be with you, Tiffany, is a pleasure. Okay, it's enjoyable. But I agree with Tazil. I think this expresso is very good. I think it's blood is thicker than water. For me, I learned today, and it's very, very important. But the class, the whole class is okay, wonderful.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good. I'm glad you both enjoyed that idiom as well. How about you? Thank you so much, Expedito. How about you, Yelisa?
Okay, for sure, I enjoy the whole class, and one of the most is that I really like it is family ties.
Mm.
This is something that I need to improve in my personal life, even though society is changing and our maybe our schedule is so busy. We need to try to find the correct time and quality time for our families, not just the close one, the others also.
I love that, and I totally agree. Thank you so much, Elisa. And to wrap it up, Fred, how about you? What did you enjoy the most, or what did you learn?
I'm down with Expedito and Tazil. I like everything, but blood is thicker than water. For me, it's kind of a really good idiom to use because it's natural. You can use in many situations. And what I like the most about this class is to notice that that is always an easiest way to organize your thoughts.
Yeah.
We gave the context, and with one word you change the meaning of a whole sentence, and it makes more natural. So I love that because English is a good language to organize your ideas. So you can be simple and strong and precise at the same time. So I really love that. And yeah, it was a great class. Thank you for
I
giving us
love
the
it.
opportunity to be here.
Well, I want to thank you guys. Well, thank you again, Fred, for those words. I want to thank you guys. You guys know that I love teaching, and I appreciate each of you for being student leaders. And I am looking forward to our next class. We have a different topic, and then we'll learn some many other new things. And thank you guys so much. We will definitely talk again soon. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Thank you, Tiff. Bye bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you,